Hey everybody, welcome to another installment of Fifi's DIYs. So today I'm going to show you how to infuse oil. This method can work for oil that you want to use for food, which is what I'm doing, but you can also do this if you want to make something, say for like your hair or anything like that. So what you're going to need is a container, a sterile container. You can, wash this and then spray it. If it's for your hair or something, you can spray it with oil. Since I'm using this for food, I just washed it, with dish soap, let it dry. And then I am today going to infuse some extra virgin olive oil with some dried chilies. The thing about infusing, you want to use dried or dehydrated things or powder. You don't want to put something that still has some water in it. So for example, if I had, jalapenos, I would actually dehydrate them and then use them. But I just bought these off of Amazon because I just didn't feel like it. So, or like you say, you want to do like a turmeric, you can use the powder or you can dehydrate it and then put it in oil. So like I said, this method works for whatever type of oil that you want to use. So the first thing we're going to do is just open this packet, pour as much as I want of that into here, add my oil, and then you can stop right there and let this sit together for a week to a month, and then you'll be ready to go. I actually like to heat my oil up, and I'll show you how to do that in the next clip. Okay, so really quickly I'm back. I've filled up this container with the dried chilies, and then I also added some peppercorn. This is just the peppercorn blend. I just added some of that in there. You can find that at most local grocery stores. Marshall's, TJ Maxx usually has them as well. So then I'm going to fill this up with oil, and then the next thing I'm going to do is take this is from my Instapot. So I'm going to take this and then actually sit it down into my pot. I'm going to fill my pot up with water and then sit this down in here and basically do a double boil. Once the water comes to a boil, I'll turn it off and then just let this sit. And then when it cools, I'll close it up and let it sit to kind of blend together. So the only thing about doing this, you don't fill the pot up too high because you don't want the water to splash into this. So I would say kind of fill it up just to make sure that you're getting some heat in there. Another way, some people actually heat up directly in the pot. So instead of doing this double boiler method, they actually would put this inside of the pot with oil. So I just like doing it this way, putting it directly in the pot. You just have to watch it when you put it in the pots to make sure that it doesn't burn. But this way, to me, I can be a little more kind of not so standing over it all the time, and I'll get the heat. And like I said, you also don't have to heat it. You can just put it in there and let it sit. I feel like when I heat it, I can use it faster. But again, I'm using this to cook with, so it's kind of whenever I feel like it. So we'll be back in a second, and I'll just kind of show you it sitting on the stove. And then after that, it's going to be actually a jump in time. It'll be 2 seconds for you all, but the jump in time will be me having let it sat for a while and then preparing to strain it and actually put it into the container that I'm going to use to actually use the oil. So we'll be right back just so you can see it on the stove in 1 second. Okay, we're back. So as you can see, I have the pot with water in it. The container has the oil in it, and it's just sitting on there. I'm gonna turn this on medium heat and let it kind of come to a simmer. I don't necessarily want it to get all the way to a boil. Once that cools down, I'm going to close up the jar and let it sit for at least a week, maybe longer, just depends. And then I will be back in a second for you guys, but at least a week for me, to show you how I strain this out and then put it in the olive oil container that I plan to use. Okay, so we'll be back in a second for you guys and a little longer for me. Hey guys, so life happened, and my oil has been sitting for a while, which is fine, because again, I use dried peppers. There's nothing in here, there's no water added to here. I heated it, so it's fine. And I found this cute little container on Amazon for my infused oil. So I'm just going to show you kind of how I'm going to drain and store this. That container is probably going to be more than the oil that I get out of this, which is fine. I can either just be fine with that or just do another batch and then top it off. So really simply, all I do is just strain the oil into a measuring cup and make a mess while I'm at it. So, and I just want to show you, I should have got a napkin, but that's okay. See how dark that oil is? I think for me, again, in my opinion, the heat really is what makes things work out. And then with these, you can toss them, you can cook with them, you can, add them to your container, for aesthetics and to just continue to infuse the oil as it's sitting there, which is what I'm gonna do, because why waste them? And that's really about it. So let this strain, and like I said, which I knew, this oil isn't going to be enough, but just look how pretty that is, and that's just going to be so amazing to cook with. But so I'll pop in a picture of kind of the finished when I have it all packed and pretty into my little container. And like I said, that's not going to be enough. So for me, I'm just going to make another batch and then top it off. But I will insert a picture. And this technique works if you want to infuse oil for your hair, for your body, all kinds of things. And that's it. So as always, thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm gonna again pop in a picture, but then I will see you guys at the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.